Hey STAYs, before we dive into one of the most chaotic and wholesome SCA episodes ever, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our Stray Kids content. Alright, let's talk about the legendary SKZ Community Center Episode 1, which dropped back on May 25, 2022. This wasn't just any variety show episode. It was the ultimate test of patience, creativity, and chaos management. The mission: to become one-day teachers and look after a group of adorable, high-energy toddlers. The members were given an 8-point checklist of tasks they had to complete with the kids. Which sounds simple enough, but as we all know, with stray kids and toddlers, nothing is ever simple. The episode kicks off with the members arriving at the daycare, looking a little nervous but excited. They introduce themselves to the kids, and that's when the fun really begins. The kids are a bit shy at first, but it doesn't take long for their personalities to shine through, and for the members to be completely overwhelmed in the best way possible. Let's break down how each member handled this beautiful chaos. First up, our fearless leader, Bang-chan. He instantly took on the role of the main teacher, trying to keep some semblance of order. He was fantastic at gathering the kids, leading activities, and generally being the responsible adult in the room. You could see him trying to direct the other members and the kids, and his patience was truly on display. There was a super sweet moment where a little girl named Ruan, who was a bit hesitant at first, really warmed up to Chan, holding his hand and following him around. It was incredibly heartwarming to see his gentle and caring side. Then we have Lino. He was surprisingly calm and collected. He took on the role of the popular teacher almost immediately. The kids were just drawn to him. He had this amazing ability to connect with them on their level, being playful but also firm when needed. I remember him sitting down with one of the kids, meticulously helping them with a craft, showing a side of him that was so incredibly patient and sweet. He wasn't loud or over the top, he was just naturally good with them, and it was clear the kids felt safe and comfortable with him. And of course, there's Felix, our sunshine. He was the human equivalent of a cartoon character, full of bright energy and adorable antics. He was running around, making funny faces, and using his deep voice to entertain the kids, which they absolutely loved. He was particularly attached to a little boy named Gunhu. Felix was constantly trying to get Gunhu's attention, playing games with him, and just showering him with affection. His genuine joy and enthusiasm were infectious, and you could tell he was having the time of his life, even amidst the chaos. Sungmin, our sweet puppy, was the epitome of kindness. He was so gentle and soft-spoken with the children. He took on a quieter, more observant role, making sure everyone was okay. I specifically remember him trying to comfort a crying child, patting their back and speaking to them in the most soothing voice. Sungmin was the teacher you'd want if you were a shy kid. He wasn't pushy. He just offered a calm and stable presence, which was exactly what some of the kids needed. Now, let's talk about Changbin. He was the fun physical education teacher. He was all about playing active games and making the kids laugh with his high energy. He tried to teach them a bit of his dwecky rap, which was as hilarious as it sounds. The kids were a little confused, but they loved his playful spirit. Changbin was the one lifting them up, chasing them around the playground, and generally being the source of a lot of laughter and fun. He fully embraced the chaos and just dived right in. Our Maknae In was basically one of the kids himself. He was so pure and innocent in his interactions. He got down on the floor, played with toys, and seemed to genuinely forget he was supposed to be the adult. He had this wide-eyed wonder that perfectly matched the toddlers. There was a moment where he was trying to get a little girl to play with him, and his earnest, slightly awkward attempt was just the most precious thing. It was like watching an older brother trying his best to connect with his younger siblings. And we cannot forget Hunjin, or should I say his character for the day. Hunjin decided to create a whole persona, a slightly dramatic and artistic teacher named He. He was trying to be the cool, mysterious teacher, but the kids weren't really buying it, which made it even funnier. He'd strike a pose, and the kids would just stare at him blankly. Despite his theatrical approach, his genuine affection for the children was obvious. He was constantly trying to engage them in drawing and creative play, and his interactions, especially when his cool persona slipped, were comedy gold. The whole episode was a whirlwind of activities. They had to get the kids to eat their lunch, which was a challenge in itself, with picky eaters and kids running around. Then there was nap time, which you can imagine was not very restful for the members. They had to read stories, sing lullabies, and gently try to get a room full of energetic toddlers to sleep. The 8-point checklist, which included things like learn all the children's names and make them laugh, served as a great guide for the episode's structure. But the real magic was in the unscripted moments. What makes this episode a fan favorite and such a healing experience is seeing this completely different side of Stray Kids. We're used to their powerful performances and intense music, but here they were just 8 young men trying their best to care for little kids. It was raw, genuine, and incredibly endearing. You see their patience, their kindness, and their playful natures in a totally new light. The contrast between their onstage charisma and their gentle, sometimes clumsy, interactions with the toddlers is what makes it so special. It's pure, wholesome content that just makes you smile from start to finish. If you haven't seen it, or if you just want to re-watch this masterpiece of an episode, you can find the full SKZ Community Center Episode 1 on Stray Kids' official YouTube channel. Trust me, it's the perfect mood lifter. Thank you so much for watching with me today. Let me know in the comments who you think was the best one-day teacher. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more. See you in the next one.